I got my hands on something so exciting. Okay, this side I opened already. It's the big reveal. Okay, I can see it a bit already. Hey my boldies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. I do fashion, curls, lifestyle and travel videos. So if you like that kind of stuff, then you're right here. So today we have a very special unboxing. I'm so freaking excited. I think this is one of the best buys I ever did until now. So last weekend I had my 30th birthday. I'm an October girl, a Libra. This was a special moment since this is a new decade starting and I finished my 20s and this is now the rising and the best time that is coming. I thought it's time to really invest something special and I got my hands on something so exciting. I just got it delivered by the delivery man. He just came and I just opened it slightly. So I just had a little peek, but I didn't open it completely. I thought I have to film this video for you guys and show you my honest reaction. So let's go. I just opened the package and show you what's in it. Okay, this side I opened already. Okay guys, it's the big reveal. Okay, I can see it a bit already. What is it? Let's get it out. Oh my god, it's here. Let's open it up completely. It's in a bubble wrap. It's always good. Oh my freaking god, this is insane. I'm speechless. I didn't think I would be so speechless. Okay guys, I just had to take a moment to take this in. So I got myself, as you can see, a Speedy by Louis Vuitton, and it's a Speedy 30. This is just not just a regular Speedy, but this is the Murakami collection by Takeshi Murakami, a Japanese artist that had a collaboration with Louis Vuitton in 2004, I think it was, and it was the first collaboration that a designer did with the fashion house. And it was so successful. It was quite risky because Louis Vuitton is a more traditional brand and sticks to the neutrals and browns and the typical monogram, and it was a risk to kind of do this collaboration with the artist and do something completely different, since this bag, the whole monogram, is in 33 colors. They're so beautiful and unique, and this collection just boomed in the early 2000s. It really worked out. A lot of celebrities wore it. Everyone who was big at the time wore this bag. Paris Hilton especially. I mean, we all love Paris, I think, in that time, or at least she was a big, like, she was an icon and a fashion icon. And I remember also this bag being featured in the movie Wild Child by Emma Roberts, and she played this like a rich kid that went into the English boarding school, was sent there, and she just shows up there as a fashionista and she has this bag around her arm and she's like, what place is this here and what the hell am I doing here? And that was such an iconic like movie as a teenager. I loved it. I loved this whole fashionista vibe. I was always this kind of person. So I remember that movie. I remember all the celebrities wearing it. Mean Girls was one of my most favorite movies at the time. So this is so nostalgic to me and I can't believe I got my hands on it. You ask yourself, where did I get this? I searched and searched and searched the internet. I searched all big vintage pre-loved online shops. What goes around comes around, Fashion File, Vestia Collective, everything you can think of. In the end, I decided on a Japanese eBay. I think they just have such good collections. The pieces are in such good condition. Like, it's crazy that this is a bag from 2004. So this is 21 years ago. This is insane. I was 9 years old when this bag came out and it's in such good condition. It has, I can see, some minor, very minor issues, like here the coloring I can see is a little bit off, like it goes off a little bit. Here on the sides it's a bit reddish and that comes from inside. It has a red interior and it kind of bleeds through. And this collection in 2004 still had this kind of malfunction. They redid it in later years without this issue, but it's very minor. You can't really see it. The hardware and everything is insane. It looks like completely new. I think this bag wasn't really used. It looks in such good condition. As you can see, I'll give you some cutaways of the bag as well, so you have a better view. Yeah, I got it from Japanese eBay. I would suggest, if you want to look for a bag over there, to really check if the seller has good ratings. So the one I chose had 99% or so positive ratings, very fast shipping. You can also send it back in 14 days if you're not happy with it. Only the taxes, I think, that you pay, they wouldn't refund. And of course, the taxes are, depending on your country, can be a bit heavy. But I feel like for the price I got it, it's really good, and then it's not that expensive. So I think it was around $1.5, so it is, in euros it was 1.2k. For this bag, it's really such a good price. This bag is in such a good condition, and the reason I chose eBay is because Japanese eBay has the best prices and the greatest quality, I feel like. The Speedies that I saw online in this white multicolor Murakami design, they were so highly priced. On Fashion File, for example, I would pay for this good, well-maintained condition of a bag around 5 to 6k. And that's insane. Like, I cannot spend that much on a bag right now, but I feel like on eBay that was such a good deal. And they also have auctions, so you can also look out for that and try to win an auction with a designer bag. So that's a good way to kind of come out of it with paying less. Oftentimes, that's not always, of course. This one I just bought directly because I was like, I need it. This is how it looks like. Let's talk about the bag itself, I'd say. As I said, it has 33 colors. When it comes to fakes, you have to be very careful, and I really researched as well. So some tips that you really have to look at the color pattern. So for example, let's say the violet, it always follows with this kind of, I think it's called chartreuse color. So this kind of mustardy green. And then you have to also look at the flowers surrounding it. So does it fit with pink? So there are two different pinks. When it comes to this kind of light pink, you have the green flower on the bottom, then you have the blue one on top, the brown one on top, and then this kind of beige color on the side. And then it follows with a black one, and then a green one, and then again a pink LV. And what is good to remember is that after the green, there always follows a pink, and then check out the flowers surrounding it, if it fits. And also, this is kind of made in one canvas, so the front side looks like that, and then you can see that it just goes over to the bottom, and then the back side is upside down like this because it's made in one piece. And then you can also check the colors, if it fits the original pattern. And after having a look at this for a while, you kind of spot the fakes. Also, one thing is, with the real bag, there is a red flower, but there's not a red LV sign. So if you see a red sign, you know it's definitely fake. As I said, with the green one, I think it's quite easy for me to remember that the green always has the pink next to it. It has this kind of very beautiful fuchsia color in the middle with this flower. The green has always next to it a yellow, on top a green, then a very nice light blue, and then a darker blue on the bottom. Yeah, and then if you check this all, and then if you kind of recognize this pattern, always look at two different signs and then around the pattern, then you can kind of spot if it's a fake or not. Another tip that I saw is, when it comes to this label, first of all, it has this kind of rougher material down below, and it also says 30, so this is a Speedy 30. And here, this is quite thin, so if it's a bit fat or too round, then you can also see that it's fake. And also, the stitchings here has 4 stitchings and not 3, so this is also a sign when you have 4 that you know it's original. When it comes to the buckle, you can see that there is this kind of white thing on top of it to close the lock. And if it's not there, then you know it's fake. I've seen some on Vestiaire. I feel like Vestiaire is also good to get bags with a good price, but I've seen quite a lot of fakes, and you have to really be careful, because if you feel like you're gonna spend that much money, then you have to be sure. So definitely check if this is there. Also, the LV sign is very fine and done very in detail and very deep, kind of, I feel like, and very, very fine. So this is a sign. When it comes to this zip, you can see that the flowers always match to each other. So these kind of edges, I mean, they go to each other on the opposite side. What else? There's this kind of glazing around the handles, and it is like a nice red color, reddish burgundy color. The older vintage ones have even, it looks a bit brownish already because it's older. But the stitchings also on the handles are made very well and thick. If you see like threads coming out, then you know it's not really well made, except it's super used or something. But normally it really holds because it's such thick stitchings you can see around it. And yeah, also the bleeding that it has a little bit on the small pocket, if it's a vintage Speedy, is a sign that it's real, because this was kind of this malfunction I told you about before. This bag has a very light patina, so that just means that the leather turns darker and browner over time. But this one isn't even that strong. Some people don't like it at all. Some don't mind it. I must say I don't mind it so much, but I'm quite happy that it's not too dark, because then I feel like I just want to have this bag too for the next 20 years or so, and it should be in quite good condition, or that's what I wish for. And then when you open it, the white Speedy has a very beautiful red interior. You can also see that it's very fine and beautiful. It's very well made, and the fake ones are kind of rough inside, as I've seen on pictures, so that's also a sign. And the biggest clue is kind of hidden inside the pocket, so I will try to show you. Also, you can see that I can pull out the interior, and when it's a fake, often you can't do this because it's stitched into the bag, and this one I can really pull it out and completely also clean it easily. But I just want to show you. So here I took it out now a bit so you can see it better. It's very small, but inside of the pocket, on the side of the pocket kind of, there is a small date code, and this one you can look up online and see in which year this was made. This one was made in 2004. I looked it up already. It has 2 letters and 4 numbers, and then you can look it up and check if it's fake or not. Also, when it comes to this sign or this number, you can see at the original that it's very deeply ingrained and not just like very, it kind of vanishes already because it wasn't done so well. But this one you can still see it's pretty thick inside. It's not so big, but you can definitely see that's very well made. So as you can see, the interior also looks amazing. It doesn't have a lot of dirt marks or anything. I really think that someone either didn't wear it so much or really took a very good care of it, because this is insane that this is 21 years old and looks like this and has only very minor issues. Also, it comes with a clochette, so inside are the 2 keys. And I just love this about Louis Vuitton. This is like such a signature. So you can just close it off over here, and then you just put the keys in and lock it. But yeah, I don't know if I will do that. And it just comes with an invoice. So these are just some of the signs that you can look out for if the bag is real or not. Also, of course, it has a leathery smell. So that's also always a sign, even though the bag is only in canvas, but the handles and all the details are in leather. So you can always have a sniff and see. Another tip I wanted to show you is also that when you look at this mini pouch, you can see on the side it has like half flowers. And when you open it up here, you can see that there is like another LV sign and other flowers, but the front, the first flower kind of on the front fits to the one in the back, so it overlaps and then you can see it as a whole. And this is a big sign as well, because if it was fake, they wouldn't like put too much effort like that in. So on this side it's the same. It's like this beautiful fuchsia color. Then you open it up and it has all these other LV signs. This doesn't need to match, but then the front side kind of it all matches. The pink goes to the pink, the fuchsia goes to the fuchsia, the purple goes to the purple. Same with the pink here. So this is another sign that I just wanted to mention. You can kind of check it out, especially when you get the bag, and you can see. Also, always look for sellers that have a lot of pictures, because if they don't, then this is already a red flag. Or get a bag that you can refund, and then you can just check it out yourself. If you get a really good deal and you want to have it, then first be sure that you can get a refund, otherwise it's an issue, and you're able to send it back again. Otherwise I would leave my fingers from it. And another thing that I really want to say as well is this is my first actual designer bag. Like, I have a couple, as you can see, Coach bag, a Brandon Blackwood bag, some leather bags. These are croc leather bags that I got this summer from Thailand. They're also really beautiful, but they were also in a price range where it wasn't that crazy. And I have vintage blue marine bag, but that was also not that crazy of a price. So I do have mid-range luxury bags that are like between 100, 500, 600 max. I would say that's more of a mid-range, that's not super luxury, but this one is my first like real designer big brand bag. And I just wanted to say that it is not normal, and it shouldn't be the standard that you already have a trillion designer bags when you are 20, in your early, even mid-20s. I just think it's so unrealistic to think that this is the norm, and I feel like maybe younger girls, maybe you feel a bit pressured to already have all these designer bags. This is not the norm, and I feel like I'm really proud also of myself that now that I turned 30 and it was a big occasion for me, I feel like, yeah, now I'm a grown woman. I can decide what I really want and what I want to invest in, and this was definitely investment. I feel like everything, even though it was under 2K altogether, it's still a hefty price, like for a bag, let's be realistic. But I feel like this was a great investment for myself, to see what I reached and how much work I put into my life until now. I feel like I deserved it, and it's just a good feeling when you can also buy designer things with your own money, and it's not a gift from someone, even though that's great too, but you know what I mean. It's just, I did this myself. I'm such a boss, honestly. This bag just gives me boss vibes, and this is just a small disclaimer I wanted to emphasize or let you know, because I can understand that if you're a younger person, you feel pressure to have all these bags. You shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't. I'm just so happy I chose this one. I know this is not maybe the first choice for a lot of people because it's so colorful and it's a bit out there and stuff. But the reason I chose it is, first of all, I just wanted a designer vintage bag because I feel like vintage is really my thing, and I don't see bags nowadays that I'm like so in love with the way I'm in love with vintage bags. They just have this history. Maybe that's the reason, or this is one of the reasons. They have this history. I have this connection to them with my, like, how I grew up and memories of that. You can really see that the craftsmanship was top tier, and a lot of times nowadays it's just not that. Even this Speedy 30, the re-release they had now last year, I think they had like a 20 years re-release of this multicolor collection, and I've seen the bags and they've been sold out so quickly, of course, because everyone loves it, but I wasn't in love with them. It just seemed like a bit of a duller version of the original. First of all, the Speedy, I feel like this mini front pocket gives it so much character. It just shines so beautifully, and also the gold details, also the gold feet. It just looks so much more high quality, to be honest. And I also don't like that bow detail that they have on the bags. I mean, it looks cute, but it's not 100% my style. I'm more of the edgy person, so this fits way better. And I'm a color girl, so I love colors. And I feel like a lot of designer bags don't have a lot of color, and this is the perfect first piece for me because it has so many colors and it fits to so many outfits. The reason I chose a Speedy and not any other design of the multicolor is because I feel like a Speedy 30 is such a good size. It's quite hefty and big, but you can also, it's also not too big, because I saw one bag, I think it's called the Claudia bag, that you can wear on your shoulders, but it's kind of already a travel bag. It's quite big and large, and I wanted something for every day. And also I like the gold details, as I said, and everything. It's just me. I feel like this bag is me in a nutshell, and that's why I chose it. I also wanted something that is outstanding because that's my style. I don't have to also use this every day. I mean, I could, but I'm also happy that this has such a specific eye-catching. This is just a specific eye-catching bag that I will cherish for the coming years and hopefully the rest of my life. I don't want to be dramatic, but I mean, this bag is already so old, so I'm gonna carry it on the legacy. I just love it that you can carry it top handle. I'm just a kind of top handle girl, or you can also wear it on your inside the crevice of your arm as well. So cool and stylish. It just pimps up every outfit. I mean, come on. I just can't believe this is in my possession now. I'm so happy. One thing I might do with the bag is get a leather conditioner and just condition the leather a bit so it stays well, and also I will clean it a bit with some cleaning wipes just to, you don't know who wore it, how long it has been in storage and so on. Also the inside, of course. I have to be quite careful. I don't want to destroy it. I will just research. I already did some research on how to take care of it, so I will definitely do that. And another thing that I want to do is get an insert for the bag. I've seen that is possible. Even though I like the slouchiness also of it, I think this is a special piece. I want to preserve it. I want to keep the shape. Yeah, if you are searching for designer bags, I definitely recommend you check out eBay. But not only eBay, I've also contemplated of getting one from like a smaller website. I'll put some down below so you can have a look, because there are a lot of online shops nowadays that sell vintage pre-loved bags, and some really good ones. Also on Instagram, there's some that do auctions, some that sell their bags for really good price, and I found some that are good also if you live in Europe and you don't want to buy from American stores and then they have to ship it here and then you have to pay taxes again. So that could also be a bit annoying. And I've seen that some also have really good prices. But I haven't seen the Speedy on these websites, unfortunately, at this moment. Maybe in 2 weeks or in a month it will be different and they will have it. So they always get new things in stock. But the Speedy of the multicolor collection is just, I feel like, the most expensive one. One of the most expensive ones because it's so popular. It has been so popular. The other ones, the Claudia, Rita, I also thought about because it also has this big cool shape. But I've seen online that it's not that practical and quite heavy. And I feel like the Speedy is not that heavy at all. I mean, it's not light. You can definitely feel that this has quality, but it's not that bad at all. I'm this person, if it's too heavy, then I'll be lazy and then maybe I won't wear it. It's not easy to find the Speedy multicolor in white or black as well. They have the same ones in black. But I feel like I've really researched. I spent really some week and I've always looked at the pre-loved market and seen, like, kind of watched what's going on there, even though I wouldn't buy it or I didn't have the resources to buy it, but always kind of had a look to see how much bags cost, in which conditions they are, how much they sell it for, just to have a better view on the pre-loved market, to understand it better. And also it just is fun. Even if I don't buy, I just love scrolling and checking out pre-loved. And it took me a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or more, to check really for this bag and to find it. So if you're searching for a specific bag, don't rush yourself too much to get it, because if you take your time, you can find a bag for a really good price and in really good condition, and also to be sure that it's real. Take your time, research, really think about which bag would you use a lot. I think for the first bag, it's also great to find one that you know you can use in different occasions, for every day, for maybe the evening, on vacation, whatever, because then you will use it a lot. And if you just get a beautiful bag, I mean, of course you can do that too, but it's maybe not the best idea because then cost per wear is a bit low. And I feel like the Speedy 30 is the perfect bag for me because I will use this so much. It fits to so many my outfits. Let me know what you think of my first designer bag, if you love it too, if you want to get it yourself, or which designer bag you want to buy as your first one. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, press the bell notification to be notified whenever I post, and don't forget, be bold. I will see you in my next one. Bye!